you are someone who struggles with expressing your boundaries or even just creating them with the people that you love, work with, person you're dating, let me try to explain this in a way that might help you out a little bit, because it definitely helped me. For me personally, I feel emotions very deeply. When I'm feeling them or when I'm triggered, it becomes extremely difficult to have a conversation with the person in that moment. I will explode. And so from many trials of that, I have found kind of a routine that works best for me. I'm just going to break it down for you. So the first thing that I do is, one, I realize that I'm being triggered in the first place. I kind of just clock it. I take note of it, especially if I'm being triggered often around the same group of people or around the same person. That just kind of helps me really get a good understanding of myself and a good understanding of what do I need to bring to this person's attention if I want to maintain this relationship. Two, I will send a quick little message to them, and the reason why I prefer to send a text first is because it's very difficult and uncomfortable for me to let someone know face to face, like, hey, you crossed a boundary of mine, or didn't like it. Not only is it uncomfortable for me to express that to someone I'm close to, but I'm sure it's uncomfortable for the person receiving it to just be sitting there like, I didn't even realize that we had boundaries. Like a shock to both parties. So to save anyone from being uncomfortable, I'll just send a text that they can read at their own convenience. I also kind of treat it as like a warning, because if you don't express your boundaries in some way, shape, or form, people won't know how to treat you. These are my boundaries, these are my limits, I'm uncomfortable with this and that. In my head, I'm like, okay, I want to see like what you'll do with that information. Then three, if the person continues to cross a boundary of mine that I have already expressed to them, you can handle this in two different ways, and I've handled it in one way more times than the other. One way that I have done is quite literally crashing out on the person, and I don't recommend that, because you will regret it. If you're someone that feels things deeply, you will deeply regret going off on anyone, regardless of if they deserved it or not. Just no. Don't even think about doing that. Because one, you know your limits. Two, you went out of your way to express these boundaries to someone. Three, they're not respecting it. Okay, that is when you gracefully distance yourself. With love, you can always love someone from a distance, and that is what I suggest the most. Growth does not come with age. It just doesn't. It comes with experiences. If you are not having a good experience with this person, learn from it. No, like, this is not working out for me. They keep doing the same things that they know I don't like. You can move on with love, and honestly, I feel like that's more empowering than staying in a relationship or a friendship or staying around family members that do not contribute to your mental health or your emotional health and wellness in a good way. And it's as simple as that. No one should deserve access to you if you have constantly come to them with love, with consideration, and they can't do the same.